Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FortressCraft Evolved. I'm AxionEvolved, and before we get started, do me a very quick favor, very mini favor. Just scroll down just a little bit, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and helps me out a lot. So without further ado, let's hop right into this episode. So I think this is going to be kind of a productive episode. That's kind of the plan, right? Let me kind of just go over some of the stuff I've done in between episodes here. So number one, this little coal vein that we started with ran out of battery, or ran out of, I guess, coal. So I've got the CPH hooked up to our infused, I think we're on infused coal? Enriched coal. Enriched coal. We're not at infused coal yet. So the coal enricher, sending coal over there. So we got some power going in that direction. So that's kind of the biggest update. I have been doing some research in between. So I think I've got some recipes to unlock. So, you know, I told you guys I'll do the research, but I won't unlock all the stuff so you guys can see it. So looks like I did some kind of power one. Crystal coal infuser. So I guess that's a nice little segue into kind of some of the stuff I want to do. So the biggest thing I want to do, right, is get this guy built. This Mark II auto excavator, because that's going to help me really dig out a couple of the areas like the I don't know what we're calling it, the smelting tunnel, whatever we're gonna do, the one that kind of runs under all of this. But you saw we need those advanced machine blocks, right? And unfortunately, to make advanced machine blocks, I think I got the crafting device. Where is it? This guy, right? So I just kind of like throw it here. You can see it needs low grade. No, that's low grade steel bar. That's all it needs? No, I thought there was something else it needed. Am I crazy? Maybe we can make it advanced machine blocks. Okay, we might have to look into that later in this episode, right? But some of the other stuff I did involves this area over here. And specifically, I started making some Mark II power boosters, right? And you might be thinking, like, what is the big deal on those guys, right? So this guy right here, we'll throw it over here. Well, I have some plans for this area over yonder. And what I want to do is kind of get this starting to smelt, for lack of a better term. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of that. We're just going to straight up get rid of that. We'll get rid of that too. And what I am then going to do is I'm going to utilize this guy right here, induction charger. So I've been thinking a lot about this and how I want to kind of play this. And I think, basically I'm thinking, do I want it at this level or do I want it inset, right? And I guess I don't really have a huge preference. I'm thinking about like the power, right? If I have it at this level, the power is just easy, but then I've got to go like up and down and it could look kind of janky. So maybe I will just inset it. I mean, I don't think that looks bad, we could just kind of fill that in. And then for power, eventually I'll just use, I guess, generators and coal, right? So that's nice. So we got that in, but then what's also nice about this is that we also have, where is it? Did I not? Ah, yes. Regular ore smelters now. So now we can use multiple smelters per line here, but we can also use force inductions down the road to kind of get things going faster. Now, in the short term, I think I'm going to have to, I think I can only do maybe 3. Let me think here. I mean, maybe I could do more. Three ores per plate because I'm worried about these sharing. Although I guess I could toggle this, right? Actually, yeah, that's fine. I can do all 4. So I think I'm going to use 1 ore or one of these per each ore. So we'll have, this is what, tin. So we'll have tin, we'll have copper running here, and then I'll do iron and lithium over here. And that'll be nice because then we could just kind of like get that going, right? So let's look at this power. And I'm wondering, what's the easiest way to do this? And it might be just to do, you know, to level change. It might be easiest just to do something like this. Again, this is all kind of just temporary because eventually I want to... Okay, nice. So it is at least seeing them. Let's do that. Add only. So at least it's getting power this way. This is, again, not the most ideal way of doing this, but it's a start, you know? Because I also want... This tin is currently coming from the line that's kind of down off in that direction. You can see I got rid of... I don't remember if I'd done this in the last episode or not, but I got rid of the line that was coming out of the ground over here and kind of just running and merging with this line. So now this is just a copper line and kind of a tier 3 line for whenever I run this kind of stuff. So let me lock this so it'll actually start taking some of this gold out. Right, so any tier 3 ores and or lithium I'll throw in here so it'll smelt kind of when I need it to. Because we are still doing research, right? And what research are we doing now? I think it's minor upgrades. Yeah. What does that give us? I think this is all quarries, right? Yeah, the quarries. So all these quarries are kind of the main point of, I guess we'll call it the mid game for us, right? Because again, I want to set up quarries all out there to do all the mining. And that's, you know, getting that set up is going to be not a small undertaking because our power is also not where it needs to be, because we're just this is all just a super temporary, like, hand-fed factory. We have nothing automated, right? So, you know, ideally I'd have one of these for every ore automatically going to the lab, when the lab is powered by solar panels and all that stuff, right? But, you know, we can't really do much with solar because we don't have crystal clocks. So one of the things I want to do, I forgot we have crystal coal infuser, right? So one of the things I want to do this episode is maybe go down to the cold caverns and see if we can't set up something to kind of get us some crystal, like, mining, right? I have the ability, I think, to just make some steel cutter heads. Yeah, I do. I'm going to make 10. Yeah, I think that's fine. 10 steel cutter heads. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make... actually, let me see. So I have a drill motor. I have cutter heads. I have extractors. I have hoppers. Actually, I wonder if I can get bigger hoppers. And I know I can. It's just a matter of how big, right? 500 slot. 1,000 slot. Yeah. 2,000 slot. Let's just do one of those. So we'll have that for output, right? And then what's my power? Okay, so I got power, more or less. All right, so let's kind of, there's two parts to this, right? We got to figure out where can we take power from. And if I'm analyzing this, I know this runs down to the lithium. And I think we're taking power off of that too. I'm not 100% sure. I think we are actually taking power from the lithium. So let's kind of head down in that general direction and see what we can figure out. Okay, yeah, so we've got power going right here. This guy seems to have a pretty high delta. What I can do is put some lenses on here to kind of make sure that this is always full. But, I kind of redid this too a little bit. Just to make it easier to come in and out. So now we just kind of come up and go up that way to get back to the surface. But we need to get into the cold caverns, right? Which luckily, as I'm breaking my legs, is just literally right down there, right? So we just kind of go this way. Just don't mind all the leg breaking. I promise it's not hurting me in real life. We come over here. So we're just really following the power down. This is how we get to all of our tier 2 stuff, which you can see down there. But there should be, obviously, there's got to be some crystal somewhere around here, right? So let's make sure our glow sticks are going to be good. Should be fine. And then now we're kind of like, there's a crystal deposit, but I don't think that's very much. Yeah, that's like a trivial amount. We have anything nearby? Because what we can do is we can kind of intercept this power and then redirect it, you know? So, I mean, is there anything back this way? If I ping ore, what does that do? Ping known ore. Okay. So it looks like there might be something kind of big over in this direction. Now, one of the things we have to be cognizant of when we're down here are the camo bots, because they will steal the power. So one of the goals is that when we get this set up, kind of have it set up maybe above the ground, somewhere where they can't reach immediately. But I want to get into that, whatever this guy is here. And if we're looking at where the power is, it looks like there's a crystal down there. We can go roughly this general direction, right? So I'm going to dig this. Is this right? I'm going to dig out whatever I need to. I think I'm just going to come straight off that, right? So straight back this way. So I'm going to dig back and we'll kind of see what's there. And then I'll bring you guys back shortly. All right. So here, let me throw some glow sticks down. This is about, let's see. Okay, 430,000. That is not insignificant. That I think might be kind of all we need. So let's kind of get this power route over here and then we'll get this all set up. And to do that, I think all I'm going to do is literally slap a battery right here and throw something this way. And then we'll kind of encase this in more glass. We'll throw some here too. So that way Camelbots can't get to that, right? And then we'll have to dig out in this direction. In fact, you can hear the Camelbots. They're everywhere. We'll just kind of dig this out. I probably should have checked to see... What is this? We're at minus 248. I should probably see, like, where is this supposed to hit? So that I don't get lost, you know? Okay. So, minus 248 is here. We go this way. I should hit that same crystal deposit. I hope. That would be awkward if I didn't. Okay, here we go. So, crystal deposit. Throw a glow stick down so we have some light here. Let's throw a light in there. And then we just have to work our way back. And what's nice about this being more underground, in fact, let me literally close that off, is that I can enclose the entrance with some glass, and I don't think any Camelbots can get down here. But I'm going to need to come down here to grab the ores, right? That's the whole point of this. So we'll kind of figure that part out. All right, so we're here. And then we're going to do just a little... Are you serious? Is it getting anything? Oh, it is. Nice. It's like literally at the end. Okay, perfect. All right, so then what we're going to do here is we want literally just this. We want one of these guys, which is remove only. And in here, we're going to throw all these, right? In the absolute slowest way possible. Okay, and then we need the big hopper, which I'm just going to overwrite one of these guys for that. And set that right there. Add only. So, okay, so now we've got crystal going. And this should kind of just really do its thing. I hope that doesn't take too much power. 2 power per second. I don't know. We'll see how everything else kind of works out. You know what? Maybe I should. Here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go block this guy off over here with glass. Just for fun. So, just like that. And then maybe I will make a staircase to go up a little bit. So that I can just kind of come down and... Here, we'll just kind of block that all the way off. Because I know I've got access right up here, right? Yep. Boom, boom. Just a little something like that, right? So that I can just come here, grab that, and go. So we'll see how that goes. There may end up being Camelbots down there, but... Ooh, actually, you know what? I should probably just take some of that. since I'm already down here. Yeah, why not? Let's see what we can do that. Because I think, Crystal Clockmaker will already start that for us. So that's actually pretty huge. It's a pretty huge thing for us right now. Now, that's obviously not going to last us very long. But let's get back to the surface and kind of figure out what we can do with these. All right, so Crystal Clockmaker. Looks like we can just make one. That's nice. Crystal Clockmaker. Where are you? There you go. So what do you need besides a hopper? ×5 crystal deposit. Is that really it? Because if that's it, that's easy. And it needed like a trivial amount of power per second. So maybe I could just do that literally right here. Remove only, add only, and just throw this guy right there. And then literally throw this guy in here and see what it does. 5 crystal deposit. Hello? Is this not crystal deposit? It is. What are you waiting on? It just doesn't like it. Oh, this is to add. Okay. Remove only, add only. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we have crystal clocks now. That's actually huge. Is that what I needed for this? Hello? Oh, advanced machine block. Okay. Well, we can do that. That's fine. What else did crystal clocks, what else were they used for? Oh, wait. Solar panels? Yes. Yes. So we can do this. This is actually huge. And this is like a trivial amount of stuff. Okay, so we need to start thinking about how we can use all the solar panels to power all our stuff. And I mean, obviously this is not going to make a lot, 14 crystal clocks, but you know what? That is better than nothing, and I will take that. So for now, though, let me just collect all these guys. We need to get this a little bit more set up, because another thing I want to do is I want to move some of this stuff over here. This stuff right here that we kind of got set up in the last episode. I want to get some of this routing and mining and doing all that stuff and get it, at least some of it kind of going over in that direction. So let me kind of gather up some of the materials we'll need for this, and then I'll bring you guys right back. Okay, so I couldn't help myself, and I made some solar panels because now I have a good reason here. At least I think. My thought process is, can I power this guy with solar, So let me just move that, and okay, so that's like clearly going down in power. Will solar panels just work on here? Is it doing anything? It is. So I could even just literally do this. Because I'm worried about when all of these are running, am I going to be getting enough power? And if they're all running at 22.5, that's what, 45, 90, something, 100 and something, right? Nice. Okay. So what I need to do now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hijack this copper line and keep this here for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy and this will be, or no, this is a tin line. Make this a copper line, right? So I'm going to take the tin from the elevators and just hook up to this and kind of disconnect the source of this, right? So I'm going to disconnect this stuff over here. And then I'll kind of run those belts because I have quite a bit of belts now too. So we'll disconnect this guy. God, everything is so far away. I can't wait to start like building for real on everything, It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll just literally get rid of this. Like right now, right here, right now, all of this is gone. Goodbye, cruel world. You are not needed. Just like that. However, now that I'm thinking about this out loud, we will need to cut another hole. Let me, where's this power getting split from? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so we got that out of the way, right? However, if you guys remember, the copper is slated to go this way. So I need to dig this out, and then we can kind of run everything how it needs to go. And I'm wondering if I should just kind of cut into this mountain. So kind of straight 90 degree it. So what is on which side? Okay, so tin is on the right, copper is on the left. I think that actually works out. I think that'll work out fine. So this will just be kind of the placeholder for now. And where are we on this? So we're at minus 35, and we'll go under that. Minus 35 and 101. Okay, so this just goes to minus 35. All right, and then that should be fine. Now, again, this is not going to be as efficient as it could absolutely possibly be, right? It's going to be I just need to work, you know. This is more proof of concept and the first step to kind of getting more efficient, as opposed to, you know, being an end game ready setup. And I don't know why I blocked myself in here, but yeah. Okay, so let me go get a little bit more material so we can kind of get the ore extractors and the belts and the power all running down there, and then I will bring you guys back. Okay, so yeah, that's what I saw, but this is clearly the copper side, and this is clearly the tin side. However, I need tin here, and I need copper to come up this one. So what I think I'm going to do is something like this, right? We'll do that, and we can have everything coming in this way, and I'm going to have these all share. Actually, maybe not. You know, we can figure that out afterward. And luckily, I can just make these a little bit bigger if I need to. That's not a huge deal, right? No one's going to complain, right? So then what I'll do is we'll have something here. Wait. Something there. But I need this to output to 3. So maybe... so what I'm thinking about right now is I want to have 3 lines coming off that are filling up this. You know, in this kind of manner right here. So really just like that. If I'm trying to make it look all nice and fancy, right? We'll do something like this. Something like this. Something like that. And then these go this way, right? So I'm not going to... Basically, tin will come in this side, go up that elevator, that lift. Copper will come in this side. Oh, I wanted that. We'll make this a little bit... We'll build this out a little bit. You know, give ourselves some space. And so copper will come in and come up this lift on this side. Okay, so I think that's fine. But now what I'm thinking about is how am I going to have all 3 hoppers output in like an easy manner? Because I'm also going to need to transfer power down here, right? So maybe that is something I can do like this, right? So if I do like that, and then I do like this, this, and kind of just come down, you know? Something like this. And is there like open sky over here somewhere? Well, like one way or another, have power kind of beaming into that. You know? Something like this. And we'll do this. And we'll do this. And then, you know, we've got, bring these out a little bit, bring these up, and boom, right? So that should be fine. I don't like that I can't get to the drill here because I want to throw that on. But that should be fine, right? So now the question becomes, where can I just steal some power? Well, let's get up here a little bit. I guess I can just, I mean, like kind of do anything, right? I could just do that. Let's get up a little higher. I can do that and just slap that on there. And then I can just do something else like that and slap that on there, right? And then we're just beaming the power down like it doesn't matter, you know? And then it's just a matter of connecting it to something. So if we do that, and I just kind of like, where's that, right here? Is that the right level? And I do something like that. And is this, yeah, this would be right. We'll get rid of this. And then I just do that. In theory, that should work. Right? So we should see this starting to go. Eventually outputting, I would imagine. Yep, there we go. There's the first of it. And there we go. So tin filling up. I think this is going to wait for a full load. Which is fine, I think. Because then it'll output everything very slowly. Okay, so that's nice. So we got that hooked up. Now let's get this guy started. Same kind of concept. I'll do something like that. Throw a motor in it. Do that. Well, you know what? Maybe I can just do that. That. Put the battery up here. And just kind of carve it out that way. Because, again, this is not super... not super long term. I think I'm gonna like use it until it's, you know, out, because I think if I remember correctly, they're pretty large veins, but I'm not like banking on this thing to, you know, like fund my whole economy. All right, there we go. So we'll do that. Let me do this number, and that'll at least get its power. But then we're gonna want to do something like this. Let's see here. How do we make this look nice? Ooh. I may have to go over this one for a second. Unless I just shift everything in. Like this. And then we have this kind of go down that way, and then this will go like that, right? And then we do kind of like that number, that number, that number. In fact, I might just do that. It's easier, right? So then this will go to this one. And then same concept with these. Let's see, we're making left-hand turns, right? Do all that. Man, things got a little louder, huh? And that goes down. That should output. That goes down. So now everything should be okay once I get these hooked up. Like the fool I am, I did not do that. Like that. that. Okay. So now those should, in theory, be fine. And we're gonna experience... We're gonna get enough power out of these guys to more than handle anything going on down there. And then the only thing up here will be the offload, which for now I'm just going to have them output to one belt, because again, this is not our volume setup. It's just, we just need something to work, right? And then we'll do the same thing here for copper. Kind of throw that guy here. Throw that guy here. And kind of come out that way. And that's going to come roughly into here. And then I think for now we'll just do it right next to this guy. So let me dig this out and run all these belts, and then I'll bring you guys back once we've got that all done. All right, so now we've got both of those belts hooked up. Tin, copper. I might change this to bottom load any, just to get some movement, you know. It'll make them go up and down a lot more, but we should at least get to see the stuff moving. In fact, here comes the first loads, I think. Yes, 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 yes. And there we go. Tin, copper. And they'll go, so they go through the mountain here. We run past our little iron that we're going to have to deal with at some point. They kind of merge here, go off that way. And then we just go to the little smelting area where we see the ores start to make their way into the smelting area. So here they come around the corner and they'll just smelt here. And what's exciting about this is, number one, it's kind of the start of of automation, right? So we've got at least 2 ores that are completely kind of on their own to smelt. I'm still obviously hand feeding everything and kind of crafting that way. But, you know, once I get the Mark II auto excavator, I can kind of dig this out easier. And with that, I can then start setting up our first kind of like tier 1 factory area, you know? So pretty exciting. I'm going to warn you guys now, I will at some point replace all this with matter movers, because it was like 400 belts, which, I mean, it's not super difficult to set up, but it is just a lot of materials just to move stuff. And if I can kind of eliminate some of that with matter movers, I think that'll be, I think it'll just look cooler, honestly. So that's going to be the plan long term for that. But on that note, guys, I think we accomplished a fair amount this episode. Like, this is not an insignificant thing, and what it represents for the future is another big deal. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. Let me know what you guys think about everything going on in the comments. And with that, we'll see you in the next one.